Welcome to Ultimate Recap. So what I'm doing here is I want to show you all the women of UWW, and I wanted a place where you could see who they are as well as recap the show and see what's going on behind the scenes. Like, why is everybody so angry? Those are things that I always wanted to explain or I always wondered about. So first off, we're going to have Ashley. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm going to ask you, but D'Ambois. So I'm hoping I'm saying it right. But you are such an incredible woman. She is somebody that's I am so happy to have as my first guest. But at the same time, it's like I wish I was better prepared, and this was all set perfectly for the kind of person she is. She's amazing. So, welcome the creme de la creme. Before I introduce her and show her beautiful face, let me show you a video of her. There you are.
Hello.
I hope you could see the videos.
I wasn't able to see any of them. No.
Hopefully now, okay, if I show it now, hopefully it'll come out. But
I hope so. Something says it's uploading, so I'm excited about that. Maybe I'll see it.
How do we correctly pronounce your name? I don't know if you heard me say it, but I was like, okay, she must be like French Canadian, so I'm thinking D'Ambois, or I'm not sure. Yeah?
You pronounce the S. Everything is correct, but because there's an E at the end, for like the name Dubois, it's Bois. So you don't pronounce the S, but because there's an E after the S in my name, you would say D'Amboise.
D'Amboise.
Okay, I'm gonna tell everybody because that's a thing where it's so difficult because say if somebody's trying to research you to say it correctly, that one person who says it wrong will be the one showing everybody like, oh, this is the way you say it when it's not the way it's said. So I'm gonna be telling everybody this is the way. So happy. So before we talk about UWW, I wanted to say one. As soon as I met you, I love you. Your energy, personality, I was like, oh my goodness, I just want to hug her and hang out with her forever and ever. And so that's without seeing wrestling background or anything. That is the impression you left me with. And now going through your Instagram, watching your videos and seeing your personality, I just love you that much more. And I'm so happy that you're here. And that I get to work with you.
Having me.
I love you. What do you think about UWW?
First of all, this platform has been spectacular from day one. It has brought me into places and got me around people that I would have never otherwise been able to have those opportunities. So first of all, I'm grateful. Second of all, I'm happy that they're also happy with my work as well, that I can continue to come back in. And just continue to keep putting on a great show, a great competition, and bringing in that extra, I don't know what to call it, that they bring to the table, but it's like Hollywood within the competition of the sport, but also in a showy way. Because none of our venues have just been like school cafeterias. Like these are like casinos, theaters, House of Blues, the Globe. What? Like I never would have thought I would be there. And they're wrestling.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, this is like definitely a place I could put my name on because it has it all wrapped up into one. And it really wants
so much more than wrestling.
Oh my goodness, I know. It's more than that. And that's why I think like once this starts kicking, you guys have a home and they really what you have showcased. I mean, in the short amount of time, because you barely started in 2020 or 2021. When is something?
I started training in 2020.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
yes.
And what you've accomplished since is so incredible. Like I am in shock and in awe at the rate that women start learning nowadays, you know, which is beautiful. That's what we want. And your talent, from what I've seen, it's like your facial expressions, the way you move, in-ring awareness, as well as your athletic ability. I'm just amazed, and you turned me into a fan. You did. But before that, tell me the story about, and first, okay, again, the videos. Hopefully you get to see them, because I want to show everybody your dancing, because I want to hear the story about that, because it's beautiful. So basically
Oh,
what I did is I internet stalked you. I went on your Instagram. I made a compilation of all your dancing, and you have skills. You have so I I want so badly to just go spend a weekend with you and let's choreograph something. I have, it's like I have skills, but I don't have that, what dancers have, where I went to a dancing class one time
mhm,
and they're like, oh yeah, it's easy. This is for beginners, blah, blah, blah. Everybody picked up, like, they did a whole routine and they picked it up so
mhm.
easily. And I'm here like, I just need to learn the first two steps first, get that down before the whole routine. The way you guys see this, just body movement. You pick up on each movement so quickly. It's such a beautiful skill.
It's so similar to wrestling and in how I felt with wrestling when I was learning how to just do a very short spot, like even an international spot. I remember being like, um, who does the tackle? They say, all right, tackle, drop down, leapfrog. Okay, what do I do? They're like, tackle, drop down, leapfrog. I'm like, am I giving the tackle and dropping down? I don't understand. And then if I'm running, when do I leapfrog? So it's like so parallel with dance and wrestling that it blew my mind and it made me tackle wrestling in a whole other way because I was like, wow, this must be how people feel when they come into a dance class that I've been doing since I was 2 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, so I feel you.
Wow. It's so interesting. Like, how did you go from like dance to wrestling?
I first had to decide that dance wasn't working anymore in order to like feed myself. I graduated with my degree in dance and performance, dance
Wow.
administration knowledge. So when I got to the city, I wanted to pursue it. I moved to New York City right after I graduated from Florida State University. Went there with my head full of dreams and literally $0 in my pocket, and got my apartment with two other dancers in Harlem. And we just day two, we got hired as a host slash bartender whenever they needed us to do whatever at Artichoke Pizza. And then we kind of just auditioned our butts off, served and bartended, and then I was able to work with Jennifer Muller, which is an international contemporary dance company. I was working with Megan Curette with the Curette Performance Project. I was doing a lot of projects offset by myself too, with other entertainers who put on shows underground in like bars or like venues that were more like grungy, and I can do whatever concert dance or alternative dance that I wanted. And that those are some of my favorite. I wish I could see what footage you pulled from for my dance videos, but I'll have to watch this back.
I'll,
Clearly,
I'll send it all to you.
amazing. I would love to see it. I always get so emotional when I watch my old dance videos, but when I decided that like this is just going to be my passion, and I, another passion I had was fitness because dance and fitness has always been literally hand in hand for me. I decided to pursue that. I got my degree, or sorry, my NASM certification. I was working for Soul Cycle. I was working for Yoga Vita, teaching yoga for 5 years. Then I got hired by Equinox. So all this like personal training, group fitness, entertaining, performing, choreography. My roommate in Brooklyn was like obsessed with wrestling. First of all, let me preface with that. Joel Rudo was obsessed with wrestling, and he's like, and this is fast forward. I've lived in New York a while, and I finally got to move to Brooklyn in a little room in a house for $500 a month, like small. And he was like, "You should become a wrestler. I know you don't like, you're not into any of that. Like, anytime he had any kind of wrestling on TV, I was in my room drawing or something, or at the gym working out. Like, no, I didn't watch it at that point. I watched it when I was younger with my father. That was our daddy-daughter time. So
Oh,
I really watched wrestling to watch my dad watch wrestling. So like
oh.
it was that. Now that I'm fully into it because of him, that one roommate who was like, "Come on, like I have someone who will train you for free. It's in New Jersey. We'll just go to New Jersey real quick." So I said no for like a few years, and then when the pandemic hit, all the gyms were closed. I had no job anymore. All of my gyms that I worked at, over. None of my clients wanted to meet. It was just like, okay, I guess I have time to learn a new thing. Let's go roll around and see what this wrestling is all about. And man, never in my life have I lived without having a pursuit of a passion. So when I decided to not pursue dance anymore, I had a passion for fitness, but for me, that's a baseline. That's not something to chase. That's just something to constantly have like at my backbone against. So like it was weird floating around life without chasing a passion or a dream or something that I want to get better at outside of the fitness industry. So when I got that taste of wrestling, I was like, I have chills right now. I was like, this is it. Like, this is the thing. This is what I need right now. And this is what I'm going to do right now. And I set a time frame for myself actually with him. I was like, in 2 years, I'm going to be signed. And he was like, okay, okay, let's definitely go hard for 2 years. Give it all you got for 2 years and then reevaluate. And within 8 months, I debuted with AEW, and then
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
almost immediately moved to Georgia to train with the Nightmare Factory and just nonstop eat, sleep, breathe, wrestling, and still gym for sanity until I had enough, yeah, like fuel underneath me to barter
Yeah.
a contract, I guess. I don't know, to get a contract.
So beautiful though. You know, I always tell everybody everything happens for a reason, and it really does. And honestly, if it wasn't for your friend, if it wasn't for COVID, you know,
100%. If it wasn't for
what if
COVID,
we
I don't
didn't
know.
get you? What if we didn't get, like, the wrestling universe did not get you? And that would be such a tragedy because one, I'm so happy you found a new passion, and two, oh my goodness, I am afraid to see like what the wrestling world would be without you. Like I am so excited to see you and to see where you're going to go from here on out. I truly, genuinely, deeply love you and your personality as well as your in-ring work. And I mean, if this is the way you are now, this all this talent, I can't imagine what you're going to be in the future. Like, oh my goodness, I just want to hug you. I'm like, oh, I had nothing to do with your career, but in my mind, I'm so proud anyway.
Yeah,
So
it
exciting.
means so much to me. You have literally no idea. Like,
I was
it's
watching the
crazy
match,
to.
like breaking it down, and I was like, okay, oh, that was good. Oh, look at the crap talk and right from the beginning. She's starting it. And
I absolutely love it.
the facial expressions is what I love. And that's something that I'll show in later on. I'll show you on the camera since this is all weird, but
Okay.
I'll show you like the facial expressions is I just really made my heart happy. I'm like, this is what we need. I'm so
I can't
proud.
control them sometimes. They get up ahead of me.
And this is another thing. Let's see. In the short amount of time, drop my pen. In the short amount of time that you've been here, you have won how many wrestling titles?
4 total.
Oh my goodness. And I have a video package on that too.
Ah, I wish I could see it. I'll
I
have
know,
to
I
wait.
figured that out. You know what? Let me see if I could just show you on my phone. Maybe it'll. Let's see, where are
You
you?
guys, first ever MEW Women's Champion. Pour le tout le monde, c'est Ashley d'Amboise, le crème de la crème.
I love you!
Thank you for helping me get dressed in my new favorite top.
I'm telling you, I spent like so much, like so long doing these videos. I was like, I am going to showcase her. I want everybody
I
to see.
love you so much. Thank you so much. Like, that was so cool to see, and it makes me so emotional because, you know, every little clip, every little picture triggers, like, puts me back in that moment. And those moments in Montreal with MEW, oh my goodness, like that was I had been wanting to wrestle in Canada since the moment I knew that there was wrestling in Canada when I started training. My whole dad's side of the family still lives in Quebec. So when I went there, and my big sister lives in downtown Montreal, every time I'm down there, it's her and her friends. She gets a group of people to come see me, like, and then the venue it's like narrow and tall. So the people just surround you when you're in the ring. It's like, and they all say my name perfectly. So to hear it like, like, and like that moment where I'm like reaching over the rope, I'm grabbing my sister's hand,
Oh my
and that's her
goodness.
video. Yeah. So I just
They were
like,
saying, I love you. It was so
yeah,
beautiful.
I love that so much. I cried so
It's a
much
lot.
for that match.
When it's in front of your family too, not only like your home country, your hometown, everything, like it all plays a part. And it shows you from where you started in the beginning of whatever journey you were on to that moment too. And that's a like, oh, it's amazing to see. I'm glad you told me that. I'm glad I played it.
I'm so glad that I got to see the package this time. I was like, I want to see what's on the video. I love just
Oh, there's so much more too. I want
ah,
to showcase everything. Okay, so not only, and this is the beautiful thing too, what I love about you, and I saw it on your Instagram. So you put your heart on your sleeve and you put it all out on there. And I got to know you, and I'm getting to know you more through talking to you. But as I'm looking at everything on your Instagram, I'm seeing the happiness, the work you put in, the passion, your interests, everything. And I have to play. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm getting tired just watching her. But the work that you put in to working out.
I love that you put that last video in there.
Oh my goodness, it's so cute.
Thank
But oh
you.
my goodness, everything that you have done, like, okay, so the dance background, so now I'm getting to know you. Dance background, Spartan run, like all it's all challenging, it's all physical, and yes, we associate wrestling with athleticism. But the thing is you have experience, like say the underground nightclubs and everything that you've done living in New York, all these places. It shapes a person who has so much life experience. And I think that adds so much when it comes to everything that's wrestling, forming a character, interacting with the crowd, when it comes to interviews, all of this stuff. It's so important to have a lot of life, knowledge and experiences, because then you could showcase that and incorporate it into wrestling and storytelling. And you've done a lot. You've a lot. Oh my goodness. I'm so impressed.
It's funny because I live in a house that's like, we have 2 rooms that rent out every 12 weeks to a new wrestler coming for the beginner camp at the Nightmare Factory. And something will come up where I'll be like, oh, well, when I was a professional dancer or when I was a bodybuilder, like, I'm still trying to become a professional bodybuilder, but the impact with wrestling and bodybuilding is a lot. So I'm finding my balance there. But when I was like just doing bodybuilding, it was like a whole nother part of my life, it felt like. So these people, the new campers will come in and they're like, wait, how many lives have you lived? It feels like
Right?
you like, tell me about it. This is like chapter 4 of my life endeavors. I don't know.
Well, but that, I think that's really beautiful because you get some people and they knew from the beginning, like, this is what I was gonna do since I was born, type of deal. And it's like that's beautiful, and that's why like they started early at a young age and they have a lot of wrestling knowledge. But I really do believe that life experience is better. It makes a storyteller more able to be more versatile in the ring in stories and expressions and all of this stuff. And that's what you have. I think it adds and it helps so much, as well as your athleticism, everything. And bodybuilding, like, from what I've seen other people and the people I've talked to, it's the eating and the training that's totally different than when it comes to wrestling style. You have to change it up completely. So I mean, if you'd go back, I got another video on that one too.
Oh, yes. I'm proud of my bodybuilding work.
But it's just a video showcasing, like, look how you look. Like, the proof is in the pudding. You are a hot mama. I love them. I love the silly ones. I love the silly
I can't help it.
no, but that's like, I connect with that because I've learned to call it quirky. Some people would say it's weird. I say it's fun. Like, you enjoy life. And to see you and how gorgeous you are and how down to earth but incredible and talented you are, and you're like that, I'm a bigger fan. I'm going to keep repeating that. But look at you, the work you put in, even without when you're like show ready for fitness. The way you look inside the ring and everything is so impressive. So impressive. The striations, like, oh my goodness. That, of course, we're all going to acknowledge the booty. But the legs on you, oh my goodness. It shows, the hard work shows. It's incredible. You are amazing.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Let's see, what else? Let's see, I showed the before and afters. Now it's time to talk about UWW.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Dun, dun, dun. So, now that I already asked you about how you felt about UWW. Now it's time to ask you, how do you feel about Rampage being our new CEO? That is so interesting. Like, I'm like, what? Rampage is going to be our new CEO? This is going to be interesting.
So wild to me, especially watching specifically the clips that UWW chose to put up before the actual show that we had in LA. It made me start looking through his social media and his YouTube, and I was honestly terrified to meet him. Like, excited, but I was like, I don't know. Like, I have this thing with violence and like horror movies and seeing people's body parts out of place. I like to fix people and put them back together and help them recover from injuries. And, I'm watching this and I'm like, you're breaking them.
Oh, no, it's so funny because it's like, in a sense, we are so similar because I'm like a caretaker. I want to like help people, and I always take care of them, especially when I was in the ring. It's like anything that I did, I'm always like, are you okay? And then they're like, I'm okay. All right. You know what I mean? Get back in the character, but are you okay?
I'm back to not giving a shit about you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't give a shit about you anymore. Later, I'm going to show what you did to Danielle. where it's like, you hurt her. But you
It
know what?
was messing with me the whole match.
Was
I was
it?
doing my thing. There's one picture that they caught where I'm leaning forward and I'm looking at her and
Oh,
I'm
my
staring at. Do you have that picture on there?
yes, actually, that's my favorite picture. Like you are there for business. Here we go. This picture right here.
Oh my God. On the inside, I'm evaluating the like how much blood is coming out at what rate, and are her eyes here or is she concussed? Like I I was freaking out inside because I did.
Oh.
In my head, the move I gave her is safe. There's a way to protect yourself. I know she puts her hand up. I know that it's padded there. It'll knock you out for like a second for me to get an advantage on you, or it'll kind of like disorient you enough to get advantage for the next move that I want to hit. But it shouldn't cause blood or opening up of the skin of any sort. I don't want your insides coming out. So when I saw this, I was like, "What the fuck do I do?" like, it's like and I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, I look so stoic, but I am freaking out. And
You
she
did
was
such
fine.
a great job. Well, I don't know. Let's show everybody. Let's show everybody what you did.
She was fine.
Oh my goodness. I was like, we were all concerned for her. So this is the part I just like, this is the part that shows the most. And you
Yep.
can't see it like that, but you could see the cut right here and the cut like right there on the nose.
Uh-huh.
And this is what I believe. So there was a moment right after, like, you were just hitting all your moves. She was just rocking and rolling there. And so she started firing up. So right here, look how she was just vicious. She was just going crazy. But
Uh-huh.
then she flips you over into this move, right? And starts kicking away. But I think that when she flipped you over the rope, your boot hit her. So maybe like you kind of like cut her open on that moment or something. Like, I don't know. But I just remember seeing her go boop. And she just like moved off to the side. And I was like, oh, I wonder if it was there. Because somewhere early on, but it was an aggressive match. Like, have you worked with her before?
This is the second time I've worked with her,
Really?
and she hit the metal pole when she flew into the corner.
Oh,
That's what opened her up. I sent her back in my when I was up on her in the beginning. It was in the very beginning, yeah.
oh my
And so
goodness.
she knows a couple of my moves already, and that's why she was able to counter me at the end. I had her up. I almost won. I had her at Ring of Honor, and I almost won with. I was calling it the French press. So I
Yeah.
didn't get to hit my French press this time, but it's like a burning hammer. And then I went to grab her for it. She jumped out of it this time. However, I've never won with a submission before, so I think I caught her off guard with that one.
Yes,
But
you did. With everything, like, it was a really great match. Like the back and forth, like she was so aggressive and angry because you were just getting out of everything. And she just turned on the heat. But then at the same time, like, it's like, okay, this pin's gonna do it. Nope. Oh, this pin's gonna do it. I really honestly had no idea what was gonna happen. And I love that so much. And when she finally tapped, it's like, oh, was it because of the blood? Was it because like she just really like legit choked her out right now?
mhm. I was worried too because I was like, is she too close to the rope? Because when I'm upside down like that, I can't see. I saw the ref though, and I couldn't hear anything. My arms were like this. So I was like trying to look and trying to feel if I actually feel the tap. I was waiting
Yeah.
for the bell to ring, honestly. And I wasn't going to leave that position until I thought I felt a tap and you see me kind of sit out. But I think when I sat out, I pulled her up a little bit higher, and that's actually when she tapped. It was right when I was adjusting.
Oh, goodness, I love
I will
it.
say though, this is the second time she hasn't shaked my hand after a match.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep adapting. She's not gonna know I didn't hit her with the same move I hit her the first time with. I might not submit her next time, but I do want there to be a next time. And whether she gives it to me or not, I'm going to shake her hand.
Oh, because that's the type of person you are, though, you know? And again, it's that life experience where you've gone and seen so much that you know, hey, man, this is the route I'm going to take because I already been there and done that, and I don't need to do that. I don't need to not shake somebody's hand. But I do have to tell you,
put in your best.
Being on the other hand of things, it's like I get that, you know, attitude-y mentality and stuff like that. And sometimes when you feel insecure, sometimes when you have something to prove, you have to be in that mindset or you start to not be at your best level. So I do get that in a sense. So don't underestimate her. Sometimes people get driven by crazy motivations. But I am so glad you're the person that you are. You always taking the high road. And you don't need to go the low road. I mean, you could do anything, honestly. So next.
Next.
I'm talking about Rampage. The next video I want to show you, which is so funny to me. Hopefully you can hear it. So I think I got 2 more videos to show you.
Okay.
No, it's not that one. Too many videos. Okay. Hopefully you can hear Rampage.
And how would you fare in a hold like that, Champ?
Well, you know what? Ashley looks like a powerhouse.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
would
she
just
does.
tickle her.
Oh my goodness. Did you hear that?
He wants to tickle me?
Yeah. I mean, he complimented. He's like, she looks like a powerhouse. I would just tickle her. And his oh, what did you just say? But at the same time, I was like, that's true though. And Aaron Phillips asked, have you ever done that in a match? And I said, no, I haven't. But at the same time, it would work. Like, if you think about it, it totally would work. Because
Like if I feel all powerful and then someone tickles me?
I hate being tickled. So I would break. Like, I would break whatever move I'm in if somebody tickled me. But it would make me that much more angrier because I hate being tickled. I do.
Same.
I would punch somebody in the throat or something. They would. I would be so pissed.
Pop! Right in their face. All right, back to the wrestling. Keep your fingers to yourself. Oh my God.
Time, you would break the move, right? So I'm like, it's brilliant. I hate it, but it's brilliant.
If she would have tickled me in that chokehold at the end, it would have been
Open
done.
up
But
a wound.
then I probably would have started ground and pounding. Yeah, probably. Not gonna lie. You'll see a different side of Ashley for sure.
Oh my goodness, I have no doubt. But on the plus side, let me tell you, on the plus side of what Rampage said about you, he said that you were very talented. And so we were talking about, like, what women are we going to, like, do you think is going to be UWW? That's going to be the girl of the show. And he's just looking at women, watching them work. And he said, you know what? She's talented. His words was, she's very talented. And then when he saw you hit a move, he said, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. And I was like,
Hell yeah. That's so cool to hear.
What a great impression you left on him. And I'm with him on that one too. You're incredible. Let's see. Oh, now another video I want to show you.
Okay.
So Miranda Alize, or Alize, I got to learn these names. But Miranda, which she had an impressive match. It was incredible. And when she won the title, she had a promo, and I didn't know if you heard it, but I'm curious about what you think of it.
Okay.
If anybody in the back wants to step up, I suggest you step up or step the hell down.
Wow. That's one heck of a challenge.
And with UWW being an open door policy, from here on out, I will represent this company and put my title on the line against any woman in this business. Any company stepping up.
So she's issuing a challenge, and now she's telling everybody to step up. Is that going to be the next thing on your list? Because I really think that, we have a lot of great women in UWW, but I have my eyes on you, and I think, wow, you could be the next champion. Honestly, if she wants somebody to step up, she has no idea that you've already been right there in front of her, and you were just picking your moment. So is
100%. Melina, yes, that is always the goal. Who competes without wanting the prize? And that belt is what it is. It's funny, though, that she says that while we're all down in the basement, unable to hear. So thank you for that tip.
Oh my goodness. There's so much more. We'll bring you back on so then we could like gossip about all the other stuff. Cause I'm like, okay, there was like this part where she's like, I'm going to show everybody that I'm a locker room leader. And I was like, well, why do you feel like you need to say that? Like, did somebody say you're not a locker room leader, or is that what you want to be? Like, why would you bring this up? Like, it's, we're going to get deep dive into this. And I'm going to ask her too. I want to know, like, I'm not trying to start shit. I'm just genuinely curious.
I love it.
So,
I'm going to be watching the rest of your episodes for these answers.
the last video, because of how much I love you. Like, I say it's the last video. Oh, actually, it's Where Are You, Beautiful Lady? Oh, I know I'm taking forever. Oh, it's this one. It's this video. I love you so much. You have such a great personality and great energy and great work ethic. Like, I want to be around you. I want to hang out with you. I wish, okay, I always say I don't regret the time I was in, but I do wish that I was in now times, for the fact that you would be such a wonderful person to be around and hang out with, and motivating too. Like, I wish I had you in my locker room, and that would have been heaven to me. Thank you for being you. There's also a video of you, let's see, it was rock climbing and going into like this freezing chamber or something. I was like, you got to take me to these places.
I feel like rock climbing was in Spain and the freezing chambers was in Georgia. So Georgia we could definitely do. Spain I might need to save up a little bit of money.
We'll be there. Do a girls trip.
I would love to. Oh my God. Spain was a girls trip essentially.
I'm gonna put everything about Ashley Downbois. Downbois? I gotta say it right.
Was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Celebration. Everything you need to know about following her will be in the description below. So far I got your Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and OnlyFans. Where else can we find you?
They only really have to worry about Instagram and Twitter.
We got you. We got you covered then. Is there anything else you want to tell everybody?
Just thank you so much for following along, for watching this video, and I hope to see you live in a ring one time soon, especially if you're in LA for UWW. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. I absolutely love you so much. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, we're going to do all that stuff. No joke.
Yes, let's do it. I love you too.
Thank you everybody for joining us. Catch UWW on the links following in the bottom in the description. Thank you.
Thank you.